excellence, pride, persistence, building a dynasty of domination. The Pomoco Don Rose Football Show. You're watching the Pomoco Don Rose Football Show, brought to you by Pomoco.
Shopping for a brand new car? Then you need to go to Pomoco. Want a great selection? Go to Pomoco and choose from over 700 cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Want a great price? Go to Pomoco for the absolute lowest price. The go-to guys at Pomoco will get you every discount, every rebate, and every cashback allowance, making yours the very best deal. Just how low will Pomoco go? Go to Pomoco.com and see for yourself. Pomoco, the automotive go-to guys.
Welcome to the Pomoco Don Rose Football Show. I'm Jerome Barber, joined with Coach Rose. Welcome back to the show, Coach.
Thank you, sir. Glad to be back. Go Pirates.
Go Pirates.
Start off early.
Always glad to welcome you back and keeping those winning ways going.
Yes, yeah. I tell you what, it's amazing what happens when you win, and that's the life of the program and the kids, and it just makes everything so much smooth. But I'm just glad that to see the kids, keep working hard, and good things happen when you work hard.
Yeah. Early part of the season, a couple of disappointing losses, but the key to success in championships is that you learn from those losses.
Yes, I think right now, early on, it was just a matter of time, but I knew right now that wasn't going to be a long period of time. And, and one thing that was good, the kids never gave up. They never gave up, and they worked hard. And, they had the same spirit. And so, I owed it to myself and to our coaches. And I told them, I said, look, we got to make some adjustments, we got to make some changes. But like I said, I'm glad that we stuck to it. And, here we are, 3 games in a row.
Yeah, and in the hunt, too.
Yeah.
In the hunt for the MEAC.
Without a doubt, man. I tell you, I'm excited. I don't want to go too far with it, but I know the MEAC is, is definitely improving. Any given day, any team, as far as the preparation, can win. But, it started off, and, you saw A&T, beating Appalachia State, and Bethune-Cookman beating FIU, and, and all those type of games. And so it was getting more competitive. And so now, like I said, now just looking at the overall picture, it's definitely a race. I heard the other day that somehow we're tied with South Carolina for second place. And so, what a difference a couple of weeks makes. And before that, we were dead last.
Exactly. And there were teams that had already written us off. One of those was Delaware State, but they had to come through the Pirate Nation.
Yeah, Coach, Blunt, he and I, we played together back in the day, and I just got so much respect for him. But he did a great job. I mean, that program is on the rise. But it came down to him or me, and Delaware or Hampton, and and so I chose Hampton. But I think our guys prepared, and like I said, now the preparation aspect of it all allowed us to do that. And like I said, now those guys came out to play, and I'm just excited that better late than never.
Yeah. Kind of a little defensive struggle there to start the game off, but good motivational talk in the locker room.
Oh, it did. I mean, but you know what? That's coming out. The guys. We knew Delaware. Looking at film, they had showed previous games. They had held Norfolk to less than 35 yards rushing. They held A&T less than 25 yards rushing. I said, wait a minute, those two teams are pretty good teams. And I knew it was going to be tough. And so coming in defensively, they kind of, I think our quarterback was a little rattled initially. But defensively, the first half, we made plays. I think Cambrell got the interception the first time, and we drove it down and kicked the field goal. And I think the next one was a fumble or sack. I think I think Miles Grooms made, and we picked that up and ran to the 9. But again, defense was playing. But like I said, it kind of worked itself out, and it was good. We thought we were going to have a 10-0 half, but they came back in the last quarter. But when I went in the half, some of my guys hit it. And I said, wait a minute, we're winning. And so right now, that was the first time that we've been winning during the half. Let's just come back here, man, get our heads up, man, and we got a whole half to go, and let's pile it on the second half.
Yeah, definitely. One thing that kept them in the game was a couple of special teams miscues. And when you're in that tight race, you tell the special teams in particular that field position is the key.
Yeah. Both of our guys, Joseph Kinney and Anthony Prevost, that redshirt freshman, and a lot of times, you saw it over when he had a mishap or whatever, putting his head down. I said, wait a minute, and I'm yelling on the field, keep your head up. I said, right now, don't give that away. And I said, we're okay, we'll get that, we'll learn from that. And like on one of the mishaps, we had like a rugby-style kick where he catches the ball and run to his right to kick it. And I think, he was so busy trying to catch the ball and looking ahead that he fumbled the ball and they ended up getting it. However, when the defense came back on the field, they stopped him. We stopped him, 3 and out. They tried, I don't think they even tried the field. They tried for 4th down and didn't make it. But, that's what's happening. That's the difference between now and doing the early part because, early part of it, they might have scored. The defense might have went down, had their head down.
Exactly.
But, they said, hey, we got your back.
Yeah. I think now you got total team chemistry and team gelling where they're now feeding off of each other.
Yeah.
And where one may slack, the other one's pull up.
Yeah. And the thing is, what's happening, it's all, I wish you guys could, come to our practices. Our practices is really, it's a microcosm of the game. I mean, we're literally going that speed doing practice, and those guys are going at it. And so it's just a matter of time. And, if you continue to keep, doing the same things, some things are going to happen. And I think it's going to happen in our favor. But, our guys, they're getting ready. The atmosphere, the enthusiasm, you don't have to tell them once. I mean, they're watching film. They're doing all the little things. And so they understand that what it takes as far as, championships. And so I think, a lot of those guys, it's in their soul and it's coming from their gut, because you have to be passionate about this game. I mean, football is a physical game. If you come out there, you get hurt if you're not serious. So, we're excited. And like I said, man, I see the guys, the change of guard is changing.
Fantastic. Well, I know you'll be a little bit biased about this because you're a defensive man to your heart, even though you're a head coach, but they do say defense wins championships.
Oh.
That's why we want to talk to the defensive coordinator.
Yes.
We got him on tap, as well as Miles Grooms, one of our sophomores at defensive end. You're watching the Pomoco Don Rose Football Show. Stay tuned.
Shopping for a brand new car? Then you need to go to Pomoco. Want a great selection? Go to Pomoco and choose from over 700 cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Want a great price? Go to Pomoco for the absolute lowest price. The go-to guys at Pomoco will get you every discount, every rebate, and every cashback allowance, making yours the very best deal. Just how low will Pomoco go? Go to pomoco.com and see for yourself. Pomoco, the automotive go-to guys.
Join Reverend Dr. Barber and the 6 Mount Zion Baptist Temple for one of their awesome Sunday worship services. 2 locations, 2 dynamic services. 7 a.m. at 2003 Kecoughtan Road and 10 a.m. at 3100 Butternut Drive, both in Hampton. 6 Mount Zion Baptist Temple exists to lead people to Christ, help them grow through meaningful relationships, enjoy authentic worship, and provide solid biblical truth. So come on and worship with 6 Mount Zion Baptist Temple.
You've heard their ads.
Buy one, get one free, or buy one, get 2 free.
At Philip Michael, no gimmicks. You can save up to 50% off department store prices. Suits starting at $2 for $150. Philip Michael, fashion for men, where saving is in style.
Surrounded on 3 sides by water, Hampton University is one of the most beautiful university settings you'll find anywhere. From our world-class research center to our dedication to the arts, we challenge our students to excel at the highest level. At Hampton, we're launching satellites that will better predict the weather. Researchers are involved in projects that will ease human suffering and save lives. Hampton University faculty, staff, and students are making a difference in the global community through service and science.
Excellent. Pride. Persistence. Building a dynasty of domination. The Pomoco Don Rose Football Show, Sundays, 8:30 a.m. on WGNT.
We teach that.
We teach that.
We teach that.
We teach that. We teach that.
We teach that.
Fast track your career in the film and media industry, because at TMVTC,
we teach that.
We're back with the Pomoco Don Rose Football Show. I'm back with defensive coordinator, Coach Bernard Clark. Welcome to the show, Coach.
Thank you very much, Reverend.
I know you're a busy man, but thank you so much for taking some time out to just share with us the secret to motivating these young men. Before we talk about the young men, we just got to talk about you, because you're an example of what a champion is, a championship, and your road to Hampton has been one that's been sprinkled with success and championships.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I've had a pretty successful year when it comes as a player more than anything else, and luckily I've been involved in some championships as a coach also. But I started out my career obviously in Florida. I played at the University of Miami, where I was capable of winning 2 national championships, one in '87 and one in '89. But the great thing about it, I played for a national championship every year that I was there. Wow. My record was 55-5.
Wow.
And with 2 national championships. And luckily, God blessed me enough to be drafted into the NFL, and I played a couple years in the NFL. So I had a pretty good career when it comes to playing football, and coaching-wise, when it comes to championships. Won a bowl game at South Florida, won a Big East championship at University of Pittsburgh, also won a conference championship at James Madison University. So it's been pretty good.
So you bring that championship mentality to Hampton.
I try to. The thing I learned from Coach Johnson more than anything else is don't ever talk about championships. Talk about the process of getting to a championship. He never talked about national championship. He never mentioned national championship. All he talked to us about was the process of getting there, busting your behind in the summer, doing what you have to do on the field, whether it's a scout team player, whether it's the first team or second teamer, do your job. What you do matters. So that's what he always told us, and I wanted to make sure when I became a coach, I wanted these guys to understand it's not about the championship, it's about the process of becoming a champion that's important.
There's a saying out, Coach, and I'm sure you hear because you love the game, you're involved in the game, you are a coach. It's a different athlete today.
Absolutely.
And because it's a different athlete, your style, the way you approach the young man, but it seems as though you're able to take what's considered to be a different athlete, but get the same winning results. How are you able to do that?
I think the thing that's most important right now with today's athlete is, and I truly believe this, they don't care about what you know until they know that you care. And that's what I try to help these young men understand more than anything else. My job is not to get you to the NFL. My job is to continue what your parents have done and help you become a better man, a better husband, and a better father. Showing them that I care about them as a person, but also as a football player. I tell them all, as a football player, you will all be treated fairly, but you would not be treated equal. Because the bottom line is, a starter is going to be treated better than a second team guy when it comes to the football aspect of it. But if you're late, just like the starter, there's a punishment for being late. That's being treated fairly, but not being treated equal. And that's the thing that's important to these guys more than anything else, helping them understand that you're a person first, you're a football player second. Just like me, coaching happens to be what I do. It's not who I am.
You can actually add to your resume, Coach. On top of being a football coach, great defensive mind, you've gone into the bacon business because over a consecutive 3 games, there have been 10 turnovers forced by our defense. You done went into bacon turnover, any flavor you want.
Well, I think the whole thing is our guys have done a great job of understanding what we want to get on defense. I always told them the turnovers are going to come. We got to be great tacklers. We have to be great tacklers. A great defense has great tacklers. And once you start creating those tackles and you have a group of guys getting to the ball, that's when the turnovers start coming. A lot of guys make the mistake of going for the turnover first, going for the strip, and they miss the tackle. The guy gets another 4 or 5 yards. Right. And I think we started out giving up too many yak yards, yards after first contact. We gave up too many of those yards, and now we've cut down on those yak yards, and now we're getting the turnovers. And the guys have done a great job of rallying behind what we're doing as a defensive staff and understanding what we're trying to accomplish.
Yeah. Coach, I know you're modest. We're well into the MEAC schedule, but the way in which the defense is performing now, I think it's a great opportunity to really say defense does win championships.
Well, I've always said that. Offenses put butts in the seats, and defenses win championships. That's the great thing about it, and they're doing a great job. Offense is doing a great job of putting points on the board, and the defense is doing a great job of doing their job, and that's trying to keep opponents out of the end zone. We got a tough opponent coming up, but we're doing a great job right now as a defense and as a defensive staff, making sure our guys are prepared on the field and knowing what's going on. The secret to what we're doing more than anything else, Reverend Barber, is the fact that we have to understand that we have to play fast, we have to play physical, and we have to finish every play when we're on the field.
And I get a great opportunity to talk to one of the products of that philosophy. Fast, physical, and finish. His name is Miles Grooms. We're going to take a short commercial break. We're going to be back, talk to sophomore Miles Grooms. You're watching the Pomoco Don Rose Football Show. We'll be right back.
Join Reverend Dr. Barber and the 6 Mount Zion Baptist Temple for one of their awesome Sunday worship services. 2 locations, 2 dynamic services. 7 a.m. at 2003 Kickotan Road and 10 a.m. at 3100 Butternut Drive, both in Hampton. 6 Mount Zion Baptist Temple exists to lead people to Christ, help them grow through meaningful relationships, enjoy authentic worship, and provide solid biblical truth. So come on and worship with 6 Mount Zion Baptist Temple.
You've heard their ads.
Buy one, get one free, or buy one, get 2 free.
At Philip Michael, no gimmicks. You can save up to 50% off department store prices. Suits starting at 2 for $150. Philip Michael, fashion for men, where saving is in style.
Excellence, pride, persistence, building a dynasty of domination. The Pomoco Don Rose Football Show, Sundays, 8:30 a.m. on WGNT.
Surrounded on 3 sides by water, Hampton University is one of the most beautiful university settings you'll find anywhere. From our world-class research center to our dedication to the arts, we challenge our students to excel at the highest level. At Hampton, we're launching satellites that will better predict the weather. Researchers are involved in projects that will ease human suffering and save lives. Hampton University faculty, staff, and students are making a difference in the global community through service and science.
Welcome back to the Pomoco Don Rose Football Show. I'm joined now by sophomore Miles Grooms. Welcome to the show.
Nice to be here.
What got you to Hampton? Tell me about your high school days.
Well, high school, I went to Henrico High School. Didn't start playing football until my junior year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, started off at offensive line. And then my senior year, they tried me on the defensive line. And actually, I did real well. Became like all conference, stuff like that. But my grades was kind of bad. So after high school, I ended up going to Hargrave Military.
Okay.
So at that prep school, I met Coach Bullock. And he recruited me, told me some nice things about Hampton. Brought me down on a visit. And I liked what I seen. Nice water, nice women. And the football team was good. So I just committed, and it's been good. It's going so far now.
Fantastic. Now you are defensive end.
Yes.
And probably your early training as a offensive lineman helped you to understand the mentality of an offensive lineman.
Yeah, see, like playing offensive line let me see what defensive linemen don't like. Because you actually have to block them. So now, when I play D-line, I know what the offensive lineman is trying to do to me. When he's trying to like set real quick so I can't get upfield, or he want to watch me upfield, stuff like that. So now I have a feel for how to play the blocks, defeat them.
Now, I announce the games, and your name comes up quite often, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
You are moving in and very comfortable with the title of being Sackmaster Miles.
Sackmaster Miles, okay.
Sackmaster Miles.
I like that.
I mean, because you get in the backfield quite often.
Yeah.
What exactly are the coaches saying to you, and you are executing to put you in that kind of position on a consistent basis?
I said we prepare really well. This whole last week, I'm watching the film. My coach was telling me that their O-line, they had trouble with movement. So when we run our stunts, just be ready to make a play, because you're going to come through and you're going to be unblocked. So luckily, I was able to make a few plays. I left a lot of plays out there, but we got the win, so that's good.
So far in the season, how many sacks you have?
6.5.
6.5.
Yes,
you
sir.
are keeping track.
Yeah, I keep track of everything, man.
That's fantastic. So you're here at Hampton. You are student first and then athlete.
Yes, sir.
Well, athletically, you got your academic preparation.
Right.
Getting those books now here at Hampton. What's your major?
Business management.
Fantastic. What are your personal and professional goals?
Oh, yeah. Of course, anything happening beyond college football is a goal of mine, NFL, Europe League. But school-wise, actually, I want to own a business, a construction business, and I don't know what it is. I just like construction. I like yard work. So hopefully I could start on my own, doing some yard work, and then get some people under me so they can work for me, and I can just control like the paperwork and all that. So that's one of my goals in life.
Well, fantastic. You got a great head on your shoulders, man.
I appreciate it.
Well respected amongst the team. When you come from that junior college league, sometimes it's hard to really gel with the team. But you've made that transition quite well, and you are definitely applauded, looked up to, not just because of your height, but because of the character and the stature of your character. And so, best wishes to you. You're watching the Pomoco Down Rose Football Show, and we'll be right back.
We teach that.
We teach that.
We teach that.
We teach that. We teach that.
We teach that.
Fast track your career in the film and media industry, because at TMVTC,
We teach that.
Shopping for a brand new car? Then you need to go to Pomoco. Want a great selection? Go to Pomoco and choose from over 700 cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Want a great price? Go to Pomoco for the absolute lowest price. The go-to guys at Pomoco will get you every discount, every rebate, and every cashback allowance, making yours the very best deal. Just how low will Pomoco go? Go to POMOCO.com and see for yourself. Pomoco, the automotive go-to guys.
Join Reverend Dr. Barber and the 6 Mount Zion Baptist Temple for one of their awesome Sunday worship services. 2 locations, 2 dynamic services. 7 a.m. at 2003 Kickotan Road and 10 a.m. at 3100 Butternut Drive, both in Hampton. 6 Mount Zion Baptist Temple exists to lead people to Christ, help them grow through meaningful relationships, enjoy authentic worship, and provide solid biblical truth. So come on and worship with 6 Mount Zion Baptist Temple.
Surrounded on 3 sides by water, Hampton University is one of the most beautiful university settings you'll find anywhere. From our world-class research center to our dedication to the arts, we challenge our students to excel at the highest level. At Hampton, we're launching satellites that will better predict the weather. Researchers are involved in projects that will ease human suffering and save lives. Hampton University faculty, staff, and students are making a difference in the global community through service and science.
We're back with the Pomoco Down Rose Football Show. Coach Rose, it's always an interesting scenario when you can look across that field and see familiar face. And that's what it always is with Coach
Don Hill.
Don Hill up in Baltimore.
Yes.
And how uncomfortable he likes to make it for us.
Oh, yeah. I know over the years, I know Hill's been there about 10 years. And every time we go up there, I mean, especially when I was, assistant coach, it would be like the last game, it might be 20 degrees, 30 degrees. It would put us on the top, with no walls and just air. And you're up there just trying to whatever. And, and then his guys are inside, the nice, warm, heated deal. But again, the bottom line with all that stuff is at the end of the day, we're going to be friends after the game. We may be friends for a minute before the game. But during the game, he's the enemy. The calm part of the season, like during the preseason, during the summer, we'll get together and have a little barbecue and things of that nature and kind of fraternize, whatever. But now here it is, it's game time.
And wish him well after the game.
Yeah, after the game, yeah.
Well into the season, Coach, and now it's the temptation is always to kind of look. And even for the players, not just to look at who we're playing right now, but then there's talk and there's speculation. This one's beating that one, and the brackets pulling together, and you're finding yourself creeping up, real quietly, real silently. How do you keep the coaches and the players focused without looking too far ahead?
Yeah, well, I know my job, like I said, now I got to have it calm, cool, collected. It's easy, I focus on what's in hand, and so we focus on that day. I have a script that we'll do that day, but in the back of my mind, I've already, renewed as far as the breakdown of what has to happen and where we are and what have you. And, I've got like an app that tells me, keeping up the updates, everything's going on, and people send me information about different teams.
Oh, wow.
But, you kind of know what's going on, and from the back of your mind, right now that, Bethune-Cookman right now is, they're number one. And they had an article, I went on their line, on their website, and they've won 17 straight MEAC games going back to 2011. And they had an article in there about that, basically nobody, I'm summarizing, nobody can, kind of play with them kind of deal. And so I'm going to wait until, the week that we play them and reveal that article to our players. But, they've done a good job. I mean, Coach Jenkins, like I said, he's done a good job with that. And, in a matter of a short period of time. And, over the past 3 years, they won two MEACs, So, obviously, again, that's kudos to you. But however, this is a new day. And so what we're doing now is, like I said, our building our dynasty of domination is building the program. And so slowly, if it's from the preparation. I was talking to a couple of the players earlier, and they were saying, what's the difference between the first half and the second half? And he said, right now it's more preparation, and I'm understanding. I'm watching film more. We're being taught more, and we're utilizing things. We're doing things that we do best. And so now that the guys are buying into it, and so it's just an excitement. And then and then the last thing he said is winning is contagious. And so right now here we are on a three-game win streak. And so right now I'm just trying to get the fourth one. The way the MEAC schedule is and the way the conferences are, any given day somebody can beat the opponent. So I just want to make sure that Hampton University takes care of their opponent. And so that's why, going back to your question, that's why we just concentrate on one day at a time and one opponent at a time.
And the one that's in our sights now, matter of fact, it's the next home game for us, North Carolina Central.
Yeah. And again, I don't know if you saw that last year, we played North Carolina Central on the ESPN.
Right.
And, and I remember the play vividly, and it kind of changed the perplexity of our program. We're moving down, and, we're running the ball, and then we throw a pass. I wish we could get back, and they intercepted for 80 yards and run it back. And it kind of, dropped my hopes. But at the same time, my hat goes off to them. But, we come a long way since then. But I know that game sticks out. And so, I definitely would welcome them when they come to Armstrong Stadium. Like I said, now I know they're scrappy right now. Currently, they're 500 record, and so they're going to be a opponent that we're going to have to prepare for. But like I said, now we're just going to prepare one day at a time.
1 o'clock kickoff. It's this Saturday coming up. 1 o'clock kickoff, and we're looking forward to, like I said, hosting them again.
Yes.
They got a very strong alumni base in the area, but that's all right. They're going to move the chains quite a bit.
Like I said, now I know it might be a little chilly or what have you, but come on out. Powered Nation. Like I said, now this has been a long period for me. This is my 23rd year, and I know a lot of you when I was playing. But come on out and be a part of this. And again, like that, this is going to be a historic year for us. And we're just going to take one at a time. But definitely, the fans, you make a difference. So come on out, support us, and we look forward to seeing you there.
This is Pomoco Don Rose Football Show. Go Pirates!
Go Pirates! All right.
I want to thank our sponsors, Pomoco, Hampton University, Philip Michael, Bar Louie, the Music Video Training Center,
6 Mount Zion Baptist Temple. I really appreciate you.
All right.